If you want quads that are split to the hip in all of your front shots, follow these tips. My name is Daniel Coffeen from J3 University, where we elevate physique coaching education. So today we're going to talk about a muscle called the rectus femoris. The rectus femoris is one of the only muscles in the quad that crosses two joints. Its origin is at what we call the anterior inferior iliac spine, right about this area right here. That's where it starts. It ends down by your kneecap, so it crosses two joints. And when we're in a front relax or a front double bicep, anywhere where we really want our quads to be highlighted, making sure that this muscle is activated is one of the most important things that we can focus on. So what I'm gonna have John do is I'm gonna have him get into his front relax so that you can see this muscle. As you can see here, this is the origin of his rectus femoris, and then it comes all the way down and it inserts on his kneecap. And the way he is activating that muscle is he's shortening it. Shortening means making the muscle smaller, and he's doing that over two joints. He's doing it over the hip joint, and he's also doing it over the knee joint. How we do that over the hip joint is by simply pushing our hips back. So I'm gonna have John face to the side here, and I want him to do his front relax, and I want you to see how his joints are stacked in this pose. So as you can see, his hips are brought back right here. His chest is going forward, and his hips are actually behind his upper body. That's shortening the rectus femoris at the hip. Now, if we want to talk about how to shorten it at the knee, we just have John face the front, and it's pretty simple. It's just a little bit of knee flexion. And the best way that I can describe to you how much knee flexion you should have or how much knee bend you should have in any of your front shots is simply the amount of knee flexion you would have if you were standing on a trampoline. Stand on a trampoline for me, John. When's the last time anyone was on a trampoline? Probably a long time ago, but it comes naturally. So John, go ahead and get in that front relax for me again. And just to nail this point home, John is shortening this muscle over two joints. He's pushing his hips back, shortening it over the hip joint, and then he has just a little bit of knee flexion so that he can shorten it over the knee as well. John, hit a front double bicep. And what do we notice that's changed here? Absolutely nothing in the lower body. His upper body has obviously changed, but it's still the same principle. He's pushing his hips back, shortening at the hip, and then flexing his knee to shorten at the knee. And that's how you get quads that are split to the hip. Another reason we want to shorten the rectus femoris over the two joints is because we really want to make sure that our legs look nice and big. By sinking the muscle down deep into the leg by contracting it, it's going to allow the other muscles of the quad to separate. That's what we call separating your quads. So if you don't have a very good quad sweep, making sure that you're highlighting your rectus femoris, really shortening that muscle will help make that quad sweep just a little bit better.